Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content tonight is RFK Jr. doubling down. If you saw the video that we did about him nuking gun control from orbit earlier this week, he just did it again in another town hall, this time more specific, but he does cave a little bit. Everything's been linked in the description box below, and you guys are going to want to see this one and send this one out and let me know what you think in the comments field below. Now, of course, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. We are distributing freedom twice daily on this channel. We would love to have you along for the ride, and thank you for that consideration. And the content today is brought to you by SDI. Now, I know a lot of you out there like to upgrade and modify your own guns, and if you're looking to turn that hobby into a career, Sonoran Desert Institute can help. Their online programs cover everything from gunsmithing, ballistics, woodworking and finishes, shooting sports management, and more, plus all the tools and materials are shipped directly to your door. There's never been a better time to turn that hobby into a career, so what are you waiting for? There's a link in the description box below, and thank you so much to SDI for offering that free content. All right, my brothers and sisters, so as we get into this, we have got to talk about RFK Jr. This is a Democratic presidential candidate who not only nuked gun control and the lies that they propagate consistently about last week in a town hall, he was in another town hall and doubled down. They asked him the same question, and he nuked it again. It wasn't crispy enough the first time. He nuked it a second time. Now, he does capitulate a little bit, but I want to show you how he capitulates, and then I want to show you what the media is doing, because this is crucial to understand how they're starting to do this and pigeonhole him. Let's get it. As always, everything is linked. RFK Jr. argues gun control cannot meaningfully reduce gun violence. That's because it can't. He's actually correct. Now, I'm not on a Democratic presidential ticket side. I'm not on RFK's side, and that ain't my bag. However, when the Democratic Party is showing fractures around gun control, we're going to talk about it, because even though he's not the frontliner, he is grabbing attention and people are following and listening. So check this out as we go into this, and the media is responding in an interesting way. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. deviated from much of the Democratic Party during a town hall with News Nation on Wednesday, saying there is nothing policymakers can meaningfully do through gun control to reduce the gun violence epidemic in America. Kennedy, who is rivaling President Biden for the 2024 Democratic nomination, was asked by an audience member how he would use federal resources to slow gun violence. Now, of course, you could just say arrest criminals, but that's too easy. We're in the Democratic side here. There's got to be some sort of big, powerful control from the federal system on down. But listen to what he says, and then the media is coming. This is key. Quote, I do not believe that there is, within that Second Amendment, that there's anything we can meaningfully do to reduce the trade and the ownership of guns, he said, and I'm not going to take people's guns away. I'm not going to take people's guns away, and there's nothing meaningful we can do around the trade. That's the entire thing the Democratic Party is going after. The sale, the transfer, the insurance, the liability, all of it. He just nuked it again. It was like kicking like a roach, and then just hit it again, all right? Quote, anybody who tells you that they're going to be able to reduce gun violence through gun control at this point, I don't think is being realistic, Kennedy added. Okay, this is the part before we get to the media twisting. It's crucial to understand that he is literally calling out Moms Demand Action, Every Town for Gun Safety, March for Our Lives, Davy Hogg, Shannon Watts, what's her name? Gabby Giffords, all of them. It's all fundraising on promises that cannot meaningfully be applied. He's saying it right here. We've been saying it on this channel since they announced AR bans. They didn't have the juice to do it then. They don't have the juice to do it now, even though they're trying to get it into Congress again through a backhanded way. The Democratic contender is saying it's a pipe dream. This is important and it's bigger than you think. But now let's get to the media, because this is how they're going to start to punish him for deviating from the Democratic line. Check this out. His emphasis on refusing to infringe on Americans' constitutional rights echoes a common Republican position on the limitations of responding to gun violence through gun control. How dare you respond to the infringement of constitutional rights? We can't defend that. You sound like a Republican, sir. They're starting to couch him as a Republican because he's going against the Democratic Party narrative. You can't have a different line and a different line of thought in gun control or any of the main tenets in the Democratic Party, or you're not in the Democratic Party. That's the way this works. They're starting to write him off into the Republican and pigeonhole him into the independent category. which would be really interesting, particularly if it comes out to be Trump versus Biden, but that's another video for another thing. Let me wrap this up again, and let me show you how he capitulated at the end, because he's not for gun control, or excuse me, he is for gun control. Taking guns is meaningless and won't do anything, but we're going to take the ARs anyway. Check this out. The Democratic presidential candidate did, however, express a position that is more in lockstep with the party whose nomination he's seeking. Lockstep is a real good term for it. Kennedy said that he would get behind a bipartisan assault weapons ban, which the overwhelming majority of Democrats support, but has little chance of getting through Capitol Hill given widespread GOP opposition. And that GOP opposition that's widespread is coming from you guys. You've got a mainline Democratic candidate who is going against Biden and speaking to at least 10 to 15% of the Democratic Party, saying that all of this is smoke and mirrors, it's fundraising, and they are not going to meaningfully achieve what they're promising while they take your constitutional rights. That's extremely important. The media is starting to call him a Republican. It's talking about lockstep and not in lockstep. This is bigger than what we did, and he just nuked it again. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.